What is going on, guys? It's Shu here, bringing you another review on Dr. Stone. Now, this episode, we finally get the internet, which honestly was fun to see. Like, I like that they had a little montage of creating all the underground wiring and getting all the materials ready. It was great, I think that was fun, getting to see, how the internet could work if that were to be the route that they went with. But it was also nice to see people across the world, just finally interconnecting. In order to get where they want to be, they have to connect this way. And so it's really nice to see them having this and this connection. And of course, people that were born in the stone world, this is just over their heads. Like, it truly is. But now that they have the communication, now that they are able to establish relationships as well with these everyone across the world, now the task is trying to get the right people trained and getting to go to space. They can't just have everybody. Of course, the objective is to go, defeat Y-Man, and come back home safely. That is the goal. And now trying to figure out who's who. Obviously, 3 people have to be chosen, and the first one that jumps on the gun is the pilot, that being Ryusu, who is like, that spot's for me. I want to be it. I want to be it. Like, that's me. And obviously the scientist, it's either gonna have to be Zeno or Senku. And Zeno actually says, look, I actually have to stay here. Like, someone has to be that person that stays and is able to kind of figure out the situation if anything needs to come to happen, and just overall control the situation. And so he basically puts himself out of there. So the only other person is Senku. And I gotta say, it was fun to see Senku actually struggle with the most basic training. Like, this guy's a genius. Like, he really is. But when it comes to anything physical, he is in worse shape than Lelouch from Code Geass. Or maybe about the same level, let's be honest. But they really showcase how everyone else is better than him. And of course, with the scientist and the pilot spot taken, now that just leaves that warrior. Now, in the last few episodes, when they talk about who was going to be that third person, it was going to be Senku and Ryusu, but they also had Tsukasa on there. So obviously, we're all led to believe that Tsukasa is the best choice. He is the strongest high schooler, which at this point he's a man. Like, let's be honest, this guy is a full-grown man. Everyone else is too. Like, they just keep the whole kid look, and it's just kind of weird. But we see that Tsukasa is excelling at everything physical. Obviously, when it comes to I guess the mental or the intelligence part is just where everyone else lacks. Especially Kohaku. We see her just, her brain is mush. She's like vomiting. Like, she just can't focus on that. We also get to see reunions of the people. Like, we see Yuzuriha getting back with Taiju, which obviously you love to see that. I love this fact that we saw Ginro going and seeing Kohaku. And, I gotta say, if Senku and Kohaku never got together, if they never get together, Ginro is next, Like, this man wants Kohaku. Like, he does. Now, it may be just a sense of familiarity. It could just be the fact that, hey, maybe I am attracted to you. But this is like the second occasion where he's really happy to see her. Or it could just be because he's a woman and he's just desperate. I don't know. He's not like that with Ruri. He's only like that with Kohaku. So I am led to believe that maybe there is something between him and her. Like, not necessarily on her end, but like on his end. Like, he wants her. And that is kind of a funny little thing. But we actually have this little training session between Kohaku and Tsukasa, which I thought was a major important part of this episode. Like, Tsukasa is leagues stronger than Kohaku. Still is. However, he basically backs down, saying, look, I think that we need to sacrifice a little bit more on the weight portion of things, and who else but better than you? Like, you're the strongest female. You should be out there. You should be taking my spot, basically. And it makes sense. I guess you want to be able to have someone that's a little more agile, a little less weight, and obviously, you know, in case things go bad, you have a little bit of leeway. So it is nice that we have this little training session with these two. I love how Kohaku initially thought that he was betraying them, but it was just to kind of like see if she was worthy, and sure enough, she was. But we also get to see Ryusu having to make the decision as well. Like, this guy knows that he, as much as he would love to be the pilot, as much as he would love to be the one to kind of be taking charge of things, and also being a good shot, he's not. He's just not. And I like that he himself kind of is battling this in this episode, realizing there is someone better out there. Someone better than me that can actually do the piloting and be the shooter. And of course, he ends up finding Stanley, who is still turned into stone. He has not been released, and he is making the decision of giving his spot up in order to give it to Stanley, because in his opinion, giving it to the right candidate is the right choice. So this is going to be interesting to see Stanley back into the fold. But that is it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, I'll stay safe, and I'll catch you later.